Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored for this invitation. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Khaled Alotaibi, the founder of applications. I have founded more than one application in Kuwait. One of them you all know, which is Talabat.com. Today, we are coming as an invitation from this place, the UN House, to talk about how to start a successful project. How to start the journey of entrepreneurship from the idea to success, from the ideation phase until it succeeds as a project. At the beginning, how to ideate and how to think properly. There are lots of ideas that we think of, we like it, it's shiny, something that can be unique, but in reality, I have to look for the need. A good idea needs a real need in the community. There has to be a need, and it has two parts. Sometimes there is something that we need. If I go to the parking, I need the payment process to be served for me. This is something I like it, or something that you like. So it's wrong. You cannot evaluate the community based on your need. You have to look at the people's need. And there is a saying in Kuwaiti, eat what you like and wear what people's like. So the people who will use the product, your product, it has to serve their pain and their needs. Also the proper time. Believe me, not every good idea and successful idea, and it has needs, can succeed when you think of it. There is something called the proper time. I will give you an example. The payment services, like the links and the online and the click, if it was available in 2002, will it succeed with our phones that was existing at that time? It wasn't smartphones, it was like the Nokia phones. It wouldn't succeed because there is a need for a long journey to achieve it. The technology helped with that. So choosing the proper time, each idea, a good idea, needs the proper time. Also, I will give you another example. So let's say that we want to open a matcha shop, a juice shop. Now, do you think that the matcha shop, which is a trend right now, if we want to open it in 2012, will it succeed? No. It is the proper time right now. So there is a certain time that is the proper time for this idea to be implemented. And at the same level, if you find all people opened these matcha shops, it's not the proper time for you because it's saturated. The market has been saturated with this idea. Also, the competitive advantage of your idea. I don't have to be a genius thinking of an idea that was not thought about. I can add on a certain idea that is existing. For example, there are applications that has been working for years. Once a new application added like the mapping service, it was a great idea. So you don't have to have an idea from zero to be able to succeed in entrepreneurship. Sometimes there is a simple idea. If you add something like a cherry on the cake, it will become more successful. And the last point, start with a problem, not with enthusiasm. When the idea comes to your mind, there is a lot of enthusiasm that comes with it, and it almost makes you believe that it's the best idea in the world, and it doesn't allow you to see reality. That's why I always advise people, when you have an idea, write it down, keep it in the drawer for about a week, 2 or 3 or a month. If you still have this enthusiasm, now open the drawer, read it, and work on it. But before that, whenever the idea starts in your mind, a certain high voice that is born with it. It's like a newborn with a loud voice. This is exactly what happened with a new idea is born in your mind. And that doesn't allow you to judge it clearly, and it will take from your time. Now we will talk about the project study. It has to be practical, not theoretical. Many people count on, they go to Google or AI tools, they do searches, and they suffice with it. This is wrong, because at the beginning, you don't know who wrote these data. Some companies write down data. I don't want to say wrong, but it's exaggerated as for some economical purposes. So what you have to do is, when you start the study, you go to the market, you look. When I started Oogoo, I went myself to the market and I asked. I stood in the market. It's like if you want to sell your car and you have to put it in the market and you have to negotiate with people. I did the same. I asked people and I gained experience from people. So you have to go to the market and you have to learn from your competitor. You have to have the ideas, and you have to be the plaintiff's lawyer against your project. Who of you is courageous enough to tell me the negatives of his project? I want you that you have a project and you tell me, this is the idea, this is the project, I believe it, but these are the negatives of it. These are the cons of this idea. If you want to succeed in your project, you should go against yourself and try to find out all of your negatives. Many people will not be truthful with you. Maybe they will try to encourage you, and that's not bad. But the most important thing is you should stop and think about the pros and cons of your idea, and you have to be as an investigator. You should be as an investigator, investigating all the negative points and about the cons, and you write down all the data, and here you will be able to value these things. Will I continue with my project, or will I stop here? And the last point is, will people pay for your idea? I want to ask you, if I ask you about an idea and I ask you, will you pay for it? You will say yes, but when in reality, not many people would pay. So surveys will not be truthful enough to give you these results. In actuality, when they are faced with your product or your service, will they actually pay it or not? And also you have to value it properly. Choose the right partner. If your company is like a house with pillars, one of these pillars is your partner. I have to choose him, the right one. He has to have an added value for you. Most of us say, my brother is this guy, or my friend is my partner. And the right thing is that you have to choose your partner based on the added value. Someone who can add to me. I am good at finance. Is he good at marketing? When I collect these things, I can choose based on factors. I love him. He's my friend. I can maybe like help him in a different way, but not as a partner, because in partnership, we have to have added value for each other's, help each other's. So the partner has to have an added value. And also, he has commitment and responsibility, and also invests even in a small part. Because your partner might tell you that, okay, I will start, I will work, and my work is my share. But if he was paying even like a small amount as an investment to be committed towards this project, and also no debts and no loans at the beginning. Never try to take a debt or a loan to start a project that you start your life with. Don't do that. Because your partner will enter and will accept the losses that might happen, but the bank will not accept losses. The bank will take its money. So do not put extra pressures on yourself and say that in order to succeed in my project, I have to get a loan or a debt. You might lose also sometimes if you take a debt from your neighbors or your relatives, you might lose them. And also, if you want to start and find a partner, you tell him trading is losses, then profits. He has to be aware of that. Now, moving to implementation. Many of the people start the implementation of the idea, and I always advise to start with the MVP. It will cost me less. It will make me able to do marketing test and to be able to understand whether my idea is successful. Let's say I have an idea, I want to sell juice, cocktail juice, 4 types of juice, and I found out that these juices were successful, and I sold them fast. But if I bring a full carton of juice before I understand the market need, I might lose the whole carton. I should bring this prototype, which is almost 4 types of juices, and I try with them. Also, cheap is expensive. When you implement, do not go for a small company with very cheap prices and you enjoy and it's within the job budget. No, this doesn't work. You took a decision and you set your budget, you did your feasibility study, pay for the right thing in the right place. Ask, look for companies, look for their services. Do not just believe what they tell you. Go to their clients and ask, this company that did the service to you, how was your experience? It's also not about implementation, it's about after implementation, the reflection of the relationship after the implementation also. Start. You won't reach perfection. Perfection is to Allah only. Nobody will reach the perfection. We all want our projects to be successful, but there is a certain rule. You will never be fully satisfied with the project. As exactly an example that we will not be fully satisfied with our children. This is a rule. Nothing is perfect except Allah. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He always tells His prophets to start, to work, like He told Moses to open the sea. He told him, okay, throw with your cane. And also He told Virgin Mary, just shake the tree, even though that she's weak and that will not help. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wants us to be starting our work, not waiting, to be proactive and not wait for things to come to us. In development phase, break ideas down into stages. When you start work, you will find lots of stages, lots of phases phases and you want to do them all as a big dream, it's beautiful. It's enticing because people will see that you have started from A to Z on paper, but in reality, you cannot do them all together. Start one idea, one small step by another, after another. Also, allocate. Like Khaled is doing this thing, Muhammad is doing that thing, because even when people talk about your project also, they want to understand it and they want to tell people as clearly, as simply as they can. We will start with the minimum and we will go after that. Do not bring everything down at once. Do not rush profits. Profits will not come in the beginning. You will have to become steady in the market and you have achieved numbers, certain numbers. You have achieved certain incomes. There has to be like a certain flow, cash flow. Then after that, the profit will come. This is life. I say back again that Allah can create us all in a certain age, like maybe at 20s, and also understanding everything. But part of His wisdom, He gave us the whole journey as children and needing help until we grow. It's like the project is exactly like your child. You have to give him all the care without rushing him. So projects are raised like humans. The last point, or before the last, AI. Since now we are living the era of artificial intelligence, and I know, as you all know, that you all are doing your studies based on the AI opinions. We should take care of these points. The AI will accelerate but doesn't innovate. It will organize but it will not solve. Even if you found the solution, do not believe it. It is a support tool, not a replacement for your mind, for your reasoning. He will organize your ideas, he will accelerate your ideas, but it's not a substitute, it's not a replacement. He doesn't see all the factors around your project. AI doesn't see them. Not the final decision. It is just for analysis. Also, the cycle of AI dependence. I thought about this thing and I came up with an outcomes, and I don't know if that's correct or not, but I am convinced with it. Internet, as we know it, because now we are the generation who were introduced to the internet. The internet started with people feeding the internet. The humans read, write, then after that, another phase, which is the AI started analyzing our written words. Then after that, what will come is that the AI, another AI, will build on this analysis of the first AI. So the first AI will do the analysis, will give some recommendations, will add, and it might be wrong. And you all tried ChatGPT and you find lots of hallucinations and problems and mistakes. The second AI will analyze based on correct information and wrong information as well. And imagine this phase will contain millions and millions of operations. You will find inaccurate content. My expectation is that the internet will change. We will not stay as we know it. We will start to pay maybe small amounts to get information, real information, because our world is saturated with misinformation or disinformation. I wanted to conclude this subject because many of the people who want to start their project, I hear that they are counting on AI. Also, failure, there's no failure. It is a lesson. And I tell you, any project that fails, it's like as if you have taken a master's degree, or maybe better than that. It's in your hands. You tried it. You saw the results. And whatever you lost, you will be benefiting from it in the future. It's like the same value when you go and try to get a master's degree. So do not feel sad for any dinar that you have spent on a failure, because it will help you. This is the conclusion. Success comes to the sniper of opportunities, and opportunities come only to those who are ready. Be ready, for the world is full of opportunities. The idea, the successful idea, comes to the prepared person, not the successful person. Whenever you're ready, opportunities will come. If you're not ready, it will not come. So work, do your best, even if you do not get profits at the beginning. When you get the opportunity, you are the first one who will be ready for it. This is in general what I wanted to tell you. Thank you very much for giving me the time. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer it.
السلام عليكم يعطيك العافية.
حياك الله.
أول شيء
Assalamu alaikum. At the beginning, mashallah, you did Talabat, which is an achievement everybody is proud of.
عندي سؤال ليش
I have a question.
من طلبات مبكر؟
Why did you get out of Talabat early?
شوفي طلبات كان في وقتها.
Talabat at that time. Now we're talking about history. It was 2004. Talabat was created.
نرجع مرة ثانية وهي كانت شوي أسرع بادية قبل وقتها. يعني ما كان.
And it was an idea ahead of its time. Not many people were using mobile phones for this. If you want to go to take an order, you have to have a laptop, internet, Wi-Fi available. It's like dial-up. You have to connect, and if it connects, it was very slow. It was really difficult. This is the first one. Also, the time that Talabat has become popular, when the Wi-Fi started to become common between people, it became very successful. I will ask you a question. If you put a 1,000 dinars in 2004, and in 2006, this 1,000 dinar that you have invested became 100,000 dinars. Will you sell or not? Yeah, I might sell. After another year, the 100,000 became 360,000 dinars. But and there was no transactions for a website that were common. People were afraid to buy websites without assets, without anything feasible, something that I can use. Buy it for 360,000 dinars. It was a risk. The Talabat was the first story, and I built on it as an investor, and many people partnered with me in that project, if you invest 1,000 dinars and you get 360 times the benefit, it's wrong not to sell. And in 2008, you remember the crisis, the international crisis and the financial crisis, and that was as a good decision. Also, another thing, I don't know the unseen. I don't know the future. And also, it's not for me. Allah didn't write it for me. 3, I learned from it. What did I do after that? I did Oogoo, I did Flowered, I did Hisba. So I'm implementing the learned lessons. Will I be regretting? No. Since I have my health, my loved ones around me, no, I will never feel regrets. We build things. Things don't build us.
يعطيك العافية أستاذ خالد على المعلومات هذه الصراحة.
Thank you, Mr. Khaled, for these valued information. I have a question about the mind freedom. How were you able to communicate with the company with the confidentiality, and how did you maintain that in order to build the project? Any person who has an idea, he will be afraid, since it has whether it has an IP or not. It might be a good idea, it's a beautiful idea, and I am afraid that people hear it. There are 2 things here. The first one, it's a legal one. When you sit with a company, there is a possibility, and not like any unknown company. No, it's a company working the same work. You do contracting, like the NDA. So whatever is being discussed, it will not be allowed to be disclosed, and this is available. And I'm telling you that if people want to steal these ideas, this will not help for reality. But what will protect your idea is being fast in implementing it. The best thing that protects your idea is to be in front of people. So from a secret to a reality in front of people. This is the fastest way to do it, to protect it, to show it to people as fast as possible. As simple as that. Hit and run.
إذا صار عندي الكاش فلو أصلاً من بيعطيك ديون.
I didn't hear the question. Who will give you that unless you have cash flow? If you have cash flow and you want to expand, we also might be using adding more partners. I try my best to stay away from loans and debts, but if in certain situations, maybe I can go to get a loan, and I am sure that my cash flow will cover it. Thank you very much. Any more questions? Yes. We talked about the success and the failure of an idea, and after I have put this idea in the drawer and I found it that it's applicable, but in the middle of the road, you lost the care for this idea. Maybe at the beginning you found that it's a successful idea, but I was maybe busy to implement it. Losing interest and enthusiasm goes back to maybe a certain special situations happening. Something happened like a lock. You cannot continue anymore. That doesn't mean that the idea is not good. maybe you can just give it to your partner, you discuss it with the partner, maybe that partner will continue the road, the journey. But as for like in the middle of the road, you lost your ambition, you say, Alhamdulillah, I didn't continue at the end. It's like in the middle of the road, better than at the end of the road. So as the failure when it comes at earlier stages and stopping and ending, as earlier as it comes, it's better. So if you lost ambition before you like pay a lot of money or maybe small amount of money, it's better for you, and you say Alhamdulillah, praise Allah that you lost your ambition before you go and drown. Thank you very much.